What's up, folks? My name is Kwesi Fulton here, and I really just wanted to talk about this title I saw on YouTube, and it was Scams, Lies, Pyramids. Let's talk the truth about it in network marketing. Now, I don't agree with this. I got to tell you that straight up, and I wouldn't call myself a big moneymaker up there in network marketing. I'm just a business guy in general, an entrepreneur, and I do network marketing on the side. But I really had to speak to this video as honest as possible. And the video I saw, which I'm just looking at my notes here, they say that 99% of the people fail in network marketing. And you know what? That is absolutely true. Um, but that stat isn't a network marketing problem, it's a people problem. And I'm going to explain that. And let me ask you guys out there who are watching this, a couple of questions. How many people moved to Hollywood trying to become actors and they fail? I don't know the stat to that, but I'm just throwing it out there. So does that mean Hollywood's a scam? Now, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in Hollywood. That's a whole nother bag of craziness, but just in general, as a business, no matter what goes on behind the scenes, people get paid, but the job market is, it's tough. Okay. I wanted to play pro basketball. NBA dream. That's all I thought about. Um, there might be 400 players in the league. A lot of people go to college to play basketball and they don't make it. Does that mean that the NBA is a scam? Because 99% of the people that play basketball aren't going to make money at it? Or, I mean, anything. Like, a lot of people want to be president of the United States. A lot of people fail at that. A lot of people want to play professional baseball or any professional sports, want to be a boxer. I mean, does that mean that that industry's failure? Now, what's the difference between the people who make it and the people who don't make it? And I really think it's all about mindset. People want success with no skill, no effort. I mean, I talk to a lot of people who want to change their money situation, but they want something immediate and quick that they don't want to do work for. I mean, they just want a handout. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. And people want to join and win, and that's not how professions work. I mean, just think of any job you've gotten. Um, you had to do training for the job. And the same thing with MLM. I will say this. Now, look, I have been failing at network marketing on and off for years. And I could be like, I'm blaming the companies. There's this one company, the company I'm with now, that I've joined three different times. The major reason because I like the product. And we'll get to that in a second, because that's a whole nother thing. Um, but look, if we gave everyone in the world $1 million today, or 2 million, 5 million, whatever, within a year, most people will be broke. It's not about having money, it's about how to handle it. People who win a lottery, most people lose it, right? They lose it. Some people kill themselves. It's crazy. So it's the mindset, skill set, and stewardship. So people have gotten into network marketing, had a nice. And let me get to this pyramid scheme because this shit kills me. First off, a pyramid scheme, you gotta a pyramid is a structure. Or you, I mean, a pyramid is a structure. I mean, look, it's on the dollar. Look at that. Now. This is fiat money. You still use it. This is a scam. It's fiat. It's not even real money. I mean, bro, everybody agrees to use it. But there's a pyramid right there. All right. And the pyramid structure is in the workforce, right? There's a president at the top, vice president. Does the vice president make as much as the president? No. Then you got the managers. Does the managers make as much as the vice president? No. Then under the managers, you got the employees. The employees make as much money as the president or the vice president or the manager? No. You got to get promoted up there because you got to produce down there to get promoted, you know? Now, in network marketing, you start. You get paid on your customer base. The company says, hey, we're not going to pay the celebrity. We're not going to pay for advertisement. We're going to give you the opportunity and give you a percentage of what you sell. You don't have to make the product. You don't have to ship the product. Matter of fact, if they want to return it, they can send it to us and we'll handle all that for you. All you got to do is market it. Now, 99% of the people who join network marketing probably have never done business before. That's a big deal. And the people who are trying to teach them, again, it's not the company's fault. Um, who maybe to teach, well, I'll just use my example. There's people I have sent direct, this is how exactly how you do it every day. And I would hear, I got to do all of that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you got to do as a bit. I mean, that's what you got to do. It's not going to be given to you, you know. So I think that's what's happening. And maybe the people in the network marketing, they're overpromising, which is again, that's terrible, you know. And if that's what you heard or that's what's happened to me a lot of time, a lot of them overpromised. But example, if you get 10%, like the company, if you gotten paid, if you sold one product and got paid for it, it's legit. And if the product works and you like it and it helps your life, it's legit. Now, the pyramid scheme comes from, well, let's just say where I heard it from, and they just said pyramid scheme because you don't make money. And then the more I dug into it, really, it's the people that don't know what they're doing. And then there's something called a Ponzi scheme, and it was Charles Ponzi. I think he was in the 1920s. And there was a video being shown by the person that was doing the anti-network marketing video about a guy talking about getting three to get three to get three. And that's true, they do say it. It's not, that's not all the way correct. You're right. Meaning you, as a network marketer, you pretty much got to talk to people daily, and if you want to make money, you have to have customers buying every month, a large amount of customers. You just do. But Ponzi schemes don't have products, and there is one person at the top because this was Charles Ponzi. There's one person at the top, and he had investors invest money, and the people at the top that invested early, they got their money back plus some earnings. And then as it got bigger, it fell apart as people took their money out because you need always need new people putting money in. But there's no product. There was no product at all. So that's illegal. But all these companies, I remember they mapped out all these companies that are scammers. And I'm thinking, but these companies been around, like this company here that I'm with, Zingler. They used to be Symmetry, but now they're Zingler. But they've been around like 20 something years. Are there MLL companies that fail? Yeah. You know, mismanagement of money, something happens, but that's not the industry. Just like when I was growing up, there was a grocery store called Jimco. Now it's Costco. You know, or Target used to be Fedco. Fedco went out of business. We were thinking like, what? Fedco went out of business? What? You know, people get things happen. People run out of business. They get, you know, they don't do, you know, that's what happens. That's just life in general. Does that mean that they were scammed or scammed artists? That just means they didn't manage their stuff right. So I just wanted to clear that up. Um, and let me go through my notes. Oh, other things too. A lot of people sell on Amazon, but most Amazon sellers don't make profit. So does that mean Amazon's a scam? Most people never hit $100. YouTubers, like YouTubers been doing it for years and don't make no money. Does that mean YouTube is scamming them? No, it has to do on how of what your customer base is. That's what you get paid for, and it takes some skills to do it. So nobody calls Amazon a scam, but network marketing, you know, have a slow, network marketers have a slow start, and suddenly the whole thing's a pyramid. So let's say for me, I didn't make money for a year and a half, like not a dollar. I didn't think it was a scam. I just didn't have any customers, didn't know how to get customers, but have been taking a product and I noticed that like my skin got better, I was getting healthier. So I already bought supplements, so it's not like I was spending money on something I wouldn't buy. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on, but network marketing has one major difference: low barrier to entry, high potential for leverage. And yes, work is required. So low barrier, meaning like me and my wife, we own two businesses called Stretch Spot, and the brick and mortar business, a lot of people feel it, in the first 3 years, and they'll put lots of money in, because you gotta put your first and last for the rent, and then you have your employees that you got to train and pay them before you even make a fucking profit. Then you got all the taxes, and you got all the what do you call it? The permits, whatever, city permit, all that you got to do, and that's like hundred. Well, it depends on what kind of business, but that could be millions of dollars, before you make a profit, and that's not a scam. That's just expected, right? Did you know, just giving you some stats, just some numbers, and this is from Tim Sales. It was a couple years ago. I don't know if this is com um true, as it might be more or less, but people are people are more likely, 11 times more likely to succeed making $100,000 in network marketing than in real estate. Meaning like to make $100,000 in real estate, it's 11 more people will do it before the real estate does it in network marketing. You know what I mean? So why it gets a bad rap, I think, because on the side of the network marketing, I think, at least when I was coming up, the people in it hyped you up. Because I think when they go in there, that company wants you to get out of there and charge, but some of them back in the day went too far. Now, the few that I've been to, they're real conscious of not overselling. It depends on the company you're with too. Overselling, and they do training. And it's really about the mindset because to be a business owner in general, you are paid on your performance. So those are my thoughts. Let me see if there's anything less. Yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm not here to argue with the people. I just want to give my perspective. You can hate it, love it. I just, throw it out there. And network marketing isn't for everyone, but it doesn't mean that it's a scam because there's a few people I want to start training and gave them some information. They were like, this is too much. I don't want to do that. I was like, okay, cool. I'm glad you told me early. I don't want to spend time showing you this shit. Anyway, if you don't study the skills, you won't win. If you treat it like a hobby, you won't make money. But if you approach it like a profession, learn what you need to learn, then everything changes. The only scam is telling people success will come without effort. Now, if you're doing that bullshit, then, you know, I'm sorry you're doing it. You dirty bastard. Anyway, uh yeah, so if you're curious after all this, if you're curious and you want to learn how to make real money in network marketing, either click the link, depends on what platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, click the link. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, just drop info in the comments and I'll get it back to you. I'll get back to you. You can get what I'll do is send you my free PDF on how to make your first $500 in network marketing. And that's, I mean, just $500. Residually you can do it as well, but I show you that in that little PDF, and it's just this is how you do it. This is what you need to do. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was informal. If you got beef with what I said, just put it in the comments. It's fine. I'm not trying to get in a war with people, but the facts are these companies that have been in business like Amway, they got Amway Arena in Miami where they play NBA basketball. I mean, these companies are around because people buy their products, and there are people that make money. But are they at the top? No, there is no top. They're at the top of the company because they produce the most, and that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and comment if you have something to comment on. But be nice.